Alrighty, Baboony back here with another gameplay video. This time we're checking out Nativity Herods. This is the same deck that I showed in the video that I released earlier this week called If Nationals Was Yesterday. But I also added 7 extra cards. I just wanted to test if this deck could play 7 extra cards and if it felt good or not. So we'll get to those cards when we draw them, huh? So let's see. Opening hand, we have Lost Soul, have the Cross, have a Virgin Birth, Malachite Slave, Herod the Great, Annunciation, Lost Child Found, Second Coming, and Herod Agrippa. We lost the die rolls, so opponent chose to go first. So we have 3 star abilities here. We have the Annunciation. You can look at the hand of reserve. And there we see they have a Shipwreck, which is going to wreck any fortress we play. Okay, good to know about. Angel of the Lord is lurking. Three Woes is also lurking. So yeah, 3 dominance opponent's hand. And David's Harp, also really strong. Jehoshaphat, okay, interesting. They have a Haman, a Blood Avenger, and a Royal Parade. So their first attack is going to be pretty strong. They have Angel of the Lord back up. I need to try and figure out a way to block that gets around their Angel of the Lord here. We'll see if I can do it. Taking a look at his deck, it looks like a Judah King offense with a Persian or / Brown defense. All right, Lawless coming down. I played this Lawless from his deck with my Lost Child Found, so he didn't get to trigger his ability. Virgin Birth, I get to grab a card. I'm trying to think what would be the most impactful card for me to draw on the first turn of the game here. I chose Herod Philip because it seems like if he was attacking with just one tiny guy, and then I would block with Herod Philip, he couldn't just use Angel of the Lord to win the battle. Plus I get to draw a card, so that was my reasoning. So we'll see what he does before I make any blocks here. And of course get to generate a Lost Soul token. So we did see a Gates of Jerusalem in his deck. It says protect your kings and queens of Judah and territory from harm. Once per battle, if a king of Judah is defeated, you may add a meek king or evil king of Judah to battle. Looks like he's trying to leverage this on the offense side. This card is really powerful, but it's a little bit difficult to set up. All right, David's Harp is going to go grab a good enhancement that involves music from his deck, and he's going to go grab a Covenant with David, who he can use to play as a territory class to grab Zion, which he's playing as a site to take a hero from deck. Okay, looks like he's setting up a powerful attack on turn 1. He has so many pieces, really consistent to get whatever he's looking for, which I imagine is David hard after God. The card's really powerful, especially with Jehoshaphat, who can just bounce it turn after turn. So he's getting Elimelech, which can just grab David out of the deck. He can banish this to take David from deck and then add David to battle. So pretty good. The reason he's getting this card is just to get another dead card out of his deck. So yeah, here he comes, Elimelech, searching for David. David, hard after God, coming in. So a nice play here would be Herod the Great, go get Herod's Temple, block, start tossing the next card with Herod's Temple. But I know he has Angel of the Lord and he has Shipwreck. So that plan's not going to work. I know he has Royal Parade. So maybe I can try to... Maybe the best thing I can do here is just try to burn his Angel of the Lord here. Try to force him to play it. Or his Shipwreck. Alright, Malachite Slave is going to go grab me somebody from my deck. I choose Herod's Guard here. Prevent the next would be nice. I don't think, if I remember his hand correctly, I don't think he has any other enhancements besides Royal Parade. But maybe I shouldn't have done that because Royal Parade cannot be prevented if used by a meek hero. And David is a meek hero right now, so that was pretty flawed thinking on my part. And I do block with Herod Archelaus. So normally this would be a good play, but like I said, he has Royal Parade, which interrupts that protection. It cannot be prevented. And he also has a David's Harp, which when his lone musician is blocked, he can negate an evil card. So there's a couple ways opponent could just easily win this battle. And this making me think I should have blocked with Herod the Great and gotten my Herod's Temple out. Forced him to use his Shipwreck or something. I don't know. Maybe I could have forced him to use Shipwreck and Angel of the Lord? I don't know. Yeah, really tough block. I don't think there's anything I can do. Maybe the best thing I do is Herod Agrippa, draw a card. Yep, there's Angel of the Lord. And I have to give my Lost Soul over. Okay. At least I keep my other Herods alive. They're pretty strong, especially Herod Agrippa. Especially if he's going to be banding all the time. Annunciation, coming in. Taking a good dominant from my deck. Resurrection. I'm going to try to lose hand advantage. So I can attack with Magi and grab something from my deck. Let's see, what star card do I want to grab here? I think it's going to have to be Star of Bethlehem. I would grab a hero if I could, but none of my heroes are star abilities. I do need more heroes. Well, I can start setting up for a nice Star of Bethlehem turn later in the game. So I can play the Resurrection, go grab a fortress from my deck. Usually want to grab Bethlehem Stable. And then I can grab an Empty Tomb hero, drawing the Fisherman coming in. Draw 2 cards, reveal a Dominant from hand, toss next. So pretty strong first turn. I gotta resolve some Lost Soul abilities. Hunter can exchange with a Lost Soul from my deck. Old Testament, and that's gonna be Color Guard. I did have the option to activate the cross this turn. I know he has playing a lot of dominance in his hand, but I wanted to preserve the option to play my Angel of the Lord to try and get a Lost Soul here. But, oh yeah, the other reason is I wanted to play the Resurrection. And if I activated the cross, I couldn't really do this strong banding attack. And he just gives me the soul. Okay, it's 1-1. Put down my other fortress. I don't really have any evil enhancements for my characters, so defense is going to be tough. I do have the option to draw 3 cards now that I put all my evil characters down. I did make them expose them to attack, but I feel pretty good when I have Herod's Temple and Color Guard out. We know he has a Three Woes, which can negate one of them, but let's see. I did have a good seed. I already played my territory class enhancement for turns, so I couldn't have played that down. Right? Now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, I played the Annunciation to grab Resurrection. Yeah. Or else I would have loved to put this down early. Okay, so we know he at least has this card to mess me up. David's Harp getting activated on David. Super strong. He's grabbing a good enhancement that involves music from reserve. You will remain. This is good battle insurance. I do play cards in this deck that say in the battle, so maybe this will be relevant. If you're playing a deck with meek characters, really consider playing Jehoshaphat. Its ability to bounce a human in territory is really strong to reset your characters who have to convert themselves to meek to actually do something. And so Jehoshaphat plus David, you can go Jehoshaphat, bounce David, bandit David, convert David, grab it. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Cannot be prevented, which is also a really strong ability. If you're playing a King of Judah deck, definitely maybe consider playing David and Jehoshaphat, same deck. Really strong stuff. I know he's not purple though, but I think he makes up for that in his ability to really just grab any OT card from deck. And the cannot be prevented is nice too. All right, a buckler's coming in. If he equips his heroes later, this card could protect his equipped heroes from harm. Or if he needs a good hero, he can grab it. Needs a good weapon, he can grab it. Strong options here. Buckler. I'm going to make a play. It's going to have to force him to use his shipwreck, I imagine. Maybe I should have gone for the draw 3 here, but I don't know. I could have gone Herod Philip banded to this guy. At least I would have been able to draw 3. He could have played his card that bounces everybody, but at least I would have drawn 3. But I'm going to use the toss ability on Herod's Temple. And because his numbers are so low on his heroes, there's no way, I don't think he can toss this guy down. So he's just going to have to shipwreck my Herod's Temple and then play. Yep, there goes Herod's Temple. No. Maybe I should have not tried to get the shipwreck out of his hand, and maybe I should have just tried to activate the cross and hope he held on to his shipwreck longer. I imagine he would have maybe tried to destroy my Bethlehem Stable to prevent me from drawing an extra card from reserve this turn, but you never know. Now I even missed out on the draw 3. Let's see what 3 cards I would have drawn. Draw 3 is such a powerful effect that people just run Daenerys in their deck and have play 1 Roman Emperor. So if I have the option to draw 3 cards for free, I should definitely think about considering it. Because I might even draw a card that can help me win the battle, like Evil Enhancement. All right, I drew 20 shekels here. Joseph the Betrothed, I think. And Zechariah. So these cards would not have helped me on defense, but I wouldn't have drawn on this turn. Okay, so here's my reasoning. I'm planning to activate the cross this turn. So I put Second Coming on the bottom of my deck because I know I'm probably just going to leave the cross up for a long time. And by that time, I can draw it and play it again. Star of Bethlehem, after I play down all my Nativity Heroes. I have 5 Nativity Heroes in play, so I'm going to be drawing 5 cards and activating up to 5 star abilities from discard pile or hand. I grabbed Flight into Egypt from the Bethlehem Stable, which would protect good Nativity cards from harm, so some fire insurance about the attack. We get to look at his hand again. We see a Jehu just sneaking in there. This card is really dangerous against Herods, but luckily my guys are protected for now. The Wages of Sin. Gotta watch out for this card. Who knows what evil discard abilities they could be grabbing with that one. Joash the Child King. Protect lost souls from evil cards. You may take an OT artifact from reserve. And the evil part is you may underdeck up to X artifacts and or good enhancements, where X is the number of meek lost souls you control. Okay, so I actually didn't read the evil part on this card, and that's gonna end up costing me greatly, and you'll see that in a second. So his blocks don't look very good. He doesn't have any brown enhancements to help his characters. He just has the ability to draw cards and maybe like underdeck an artifact. But I forgot about the underdeck and artifact part. The Manger's coming down. I can use it to negate his Haman in his territory. And since I'm going to be activating the cross, this Three Woes is just going to be sitting in my hand. So I feel like I just need to fire it off, but this could be wrong. Could be value wrong. I'm going to put it as an evil dominant and negate his artifact. There goes the cross. And 20 shekels, I get to reveal his hand, bounce a character, and I can play a character. So what I should have done is I should have played his Joash, the Child King, as maybe like a hero or an evil character. And then when I attacked, I should have negated it or something, because I didn't want him to block and then underdeck my cross. I'm going to use my territory class enhancement to go ahead and activate Overtaken. So because of Star Bethlehem, you just saw how far ahead I got now. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. I would have felt even better if I remembered to try and get rid of Joash somehow. So I'm going to do John the Fisherman, reveal a good dominant, draw 2, Simeon, banded to Simeon, and then the Magi's banded to Simeon. Yep, and here he comes. He's going to underdeck that cross, and things are going to get sad for me for a little bit. Here it does. Here comes the shield down. I did rescue another lost soul, so it's 2-2. I'm putting down my other Herods just in case I want to draw the maximum number of cards, 3, if I do that. And I pass a turn. So it'll be interesting to see if I can defend. I have 0 evil enhancements in my hand. Just have my characters in shield. But I do have Overtaken active. Overtaken makes my guys cannot be negated, so if they ban with multiple heroes in a battle, I can just block with Herod Agrippa. Cannot be negated protection. It seems pretty good. So the Manger is one of the cards I'm testing out in this 57 version card deck. It's like one of those cards that seems okay, but I always miss the Manger triggers when they block. So I need to get better at remembering. The more I play this card, hopefully the more I remember its trigger. Also added a Shipwreck as a dominant. Added Golden Cherubim. I like to put this card out on my Herod's Temple, tutoring if they're drawing cards. Added the Amalekite Slave in there, and added my Shepherds in. The card seems really good. And for some more card draw, put a Treacherous Land in. So those are my changes that I made. Just added some more cards. Don't know if those are good changes or bad changes. To me, it just feels like I'm diluting my deck and putting in cards that aren't as good. Why am I doing that? I just want to get to my best cards the most consistently, like Mary, Overtaken, Herod's, Dominance. Son of God is coming to take care of my color guard, so the shields are down. I repeat, the shields are down. There's no more protection. Israel's bow is getting played on his non-meek Jehoshaphat. So if this was meek, he could take my shield. He could take my Bethlehem Stable. We were talking after the match, and he did say this was a mistake. He didn't want to try and play this on a meek hero to try and take my shield here. But a little miscalculation. He's grabbing the Lord Goes Before You with his David's Harp. Card is pretty good. I am at risk of losing the game here. If he attacks and breaks through, and he happens to have the Second Coming in his hand, I will lose the game. So it's really important that I hold on this turn. Hold the line, men. Hold the line. I definitely really wish I drew 3 cards earlier in this game. That would make me feel so much better about my life right now. Drawing more cards is so good. We both have 26 cards in our deck, so we've both been equally churning through our deck at the same pace. He's doing his bouncing shenanigans, bouncing Jehu, basically resetting Jehu. And then David, converting to Meek. What's he going to grab this time? David's Descendants. You may take a good OT Fortress from deck or reserve. If played in battle, discard up to X evil characters. Okay, that's a way you can get his Gates of Jerusalem out. Very nice. HP, coming in, drawing some cards. Nice, nice, nice. Do my Son of God, Deceiver, Outsiders. Outsiders should be nice here. He currently has 4 brigades in play. Doesn't have territory advantage though. So he will just be drawing me cards if I add him to battle with shield. But draw 4 is pretty good too. Alright, opponent, what are you going to do against my cannot be negated Herod Agrippa? Alright, David's Descendants. He's going to grab something. He's playing it in battle to discard an evil character. Okay. I do gotcha. Goodbye, Herod Philip. All right, opponent is doing pretty smart play here. They're going to be playing the Three Woes, and they're going to negate their own Jehoshaphat. Oh, Jehoshaphat. So this will negate the ban, which means David goes back, and now Herod Agrippa loses his immunity. Pretty smart. I didn't even cover this in my Three Woes masterclass. So even I have more to learn about this card. Much to learn, I still do have. Okay, so now what? Now that the shields are down, I don't have any enhancements. I could just try to add outsiders in, but I want to see if the opponent makes the first move here. The Lord goes before you. If used by royalty, begin a side battle between two evil characters. After that battle, banish this card and discard those evil characters. Uh-oh. The Herod just had a civil war. Oh gosh. Okay, he's gaining control of Herod the Great. And I have Herod Agrippa. I unfortunately don't have any evil enhancements to play. I can only use shield to add an evil character to an active battle. And the active battle right now is the Herod Civil War. And when the Herods fight each other, everyone loses. So both of these cards are going to be discarded. All right, it's time to use shield. Let's add the outsiders in. Discard an evil card from my discard pile and add the outsiders. Outsiders is going to draw me some cards. Let's see what we do here. Wow. Drew me, number one, it drew me a Darkness Lost Soul, which means I can go grab an evil character, put it in. I can search deck or reserve for evil character. Nice. Okay. And then luckily I just drew a Feudal Inquisition. That's insane. I still have initiative, so I can just play that in the battle and stalemate. So that's going to save me the battle here. Reprimand, Repercussion. It's in hand is nice. Or insurance. Crouch Choice is also in my hand now. This is going to be a big turn for me, so if I can break through, I can win the game. So let's see here. Chances are pretty good I can break through. I do have an Angel Lord just chilling in my hand. The card I'm worried about is Reap the Whirlwind. I did see this in his deck when I searched for it. So if I attack with multiple heroes, if he has a Whirlwind in his hand, my heroes are just going to die. So to hedge against that, let's play down Good Seed. I'm forgetting a Bethlehem Stable trigger here. And I'm really curious what about his hand. This might be the last turn of the game, so I'm going to take down Overtake in, but activate 20 shekels. Queen Vashti. If blocking, you may negate a card or draw X. X is number of females in play. So let's see, I have a Mary out. I will have a Mary out. So she'd be drawing 2 cards. There's that Jehu. You saw David Hard After God again. A Buckler. Bearing Ice In. I don't really understand this card. I mean, if you draw as a star ability, you can underdeck this or reserve it to draw a card. So you are trimming your deck list down a bit, but sometimes it just sits in your hand if you accidentally drew it somehow. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about this card. I don't quite understand it. Blood Avenger and the Wages of Sin is still there. Doesn't have any black, crimson, or orange characters. So not sure how he's going to play this card. And we do know he has a Haman who can draw a card or take an Evil Esther card from deck or reserve. So I need to be careful about Haman. Put down the heroes. We got Gabriel here. We have Mary here. Mary can just start sniping cards in their territories. And I did forget to play a character from their hand with 20 shekels. Silly me. I'm a silly Willy. Let's go Magi, banded to Simeon, banded to Mary. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Mary's going to take out Haman. Haman could probably go get like a Haman's Plot, and that wouldn't be good. So I'm pretty sure I can just do this, and they have to block with a character, and then I just Angel the Lord that character, and that should be game. If I was super safe, I would have used 20 shekels to play their Zeresh, banded, and Gabriel to negate Zeresh, and then I don't think they had any outs. So right now, I guess they could draw like a dominant with Zeresh and mess me up, but we'll see. Queen Vashti, draw your cards, Queen Vashti. Is it time for the Lord to say something? Angel of the Lord, perhaps? Yeah, and that's game. Nice. Okay, so if I had to say anything, I would say maybe the 57 card version is not worth it. You get to add these cards that normally you wouldn't have room for, but I don't think they make the deck that much bigger or better. I'm going to keep sticking to the 50 card version. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy, 51, 52 cards. I want to draw more cards. Opponent is showing me he was trying to do Josiah. Yeah, he was thinking maybe Josiah, he would have attacked to discard Evil Fortress. The card's also pretty good, King of Judah, I guess. All right, thanks opponent for the game, and thanks to you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.